Does this look like a strange piece of graph paper to you? This is Excel. Excel's really good for numbers. And here are the learning objectives. The ones that are highlighted are the ones we'll do in this lesson. In Excel too, we'll do the other ones. Before you start, if you know the battleship game, you remember that you have rows and columns. So rows run right, all of these, and they're numbered. And columns have a cap, just like in ancient Rome, all of the columns had the fancy decorations on the top. So that will help you distinguish between rows and columns. There are several things you can read either now or later, extra tasks for you to do. And then if you look down at the bottom, there are multiple worksheets. Just as a Word document can have multiple pages, we'll have multiple worksheets. This is the Learning Goals worksheet, and then we'll just click on the Formatting worksheet. There are videos here that I really recommend you watch to get you started, because I'm not doing the whole thing for you. They are not instructional videos. They'll help you get started with a theory, understanding what's going on. And then this exercise is just for you to play with. By the way, when you click the videos to open them, don't try to click over here in columns B, C, D because there's no link there. It's all over in column A, and you can see if you zoom in that the pointing finger is in the column A part. I'll let you do those. Let me do a couple of them with you to get you started, and then we'll let you play on your own. This first section is using the mouse icons. Did you do that pre-quiz? To learn what the different mouse icons for? So this one says, move me. Use the four-headed arrow to move that cell to the right. And I put an arrow there. So I'm going to come over to here and move my mouse icon until I get a four-headed arrow. I can go to any border, doesn't matter which one, and click and drag. See how it's moving? See? And I'll drag it over there to the right. This one says to use the fill handle to copy the cell contents from A to C and over this item. So it's going to be covered up. It's a kind of a strange command, but we'll do what it says. I'm going to copy, I'm going to click in there to select it, and then I'll go down to the fill handle. Do you remember that fill handle down there in the corner? That one. It's tricky to get your mouse down there. So you don't get a four-headed, you don't get the hollow cross, and you don't get the four-headed arrow. You have to get the crosshairs. You see why it's a little bit tricky? Why I made you do that quiz first? And this time when I copy over, it's going to say copy me, copy me, copy me. That's just for fun. And of course the original text was gone because it was in column C. Well, let's see. This time we're going to make a series. It says, I got that little guy in the way. Select, here we can read up here, select both cells and then use a fill handle to continue the series. This is the way I can teach the computer something. If I teach it 1, 2, it can guess what comes next. So I'll select 1 and 2. If I did January, February, Sunday, Monday, 2, 4, all kinds of serieses that I can teach the computer just by making 2 of them and let the computer learn the rule and it will do the rest. It does it by itself. 5, 10, 15, 20. So here we go. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, like that. And that was fun. Now let's go up on the ribbon and we're on the Home tab. Let's go to the in the cells and the data formats up into here. And here's a little thing for you to read about cell borders. This is the font group items. This is the font group right here. You see it? So all of this part is the font group. You see the little vertical lines? See? Okay. So click here and it says make it 16-point font. So I clicked in there, and I'll go up and choose 16. It's too big for the cell, but that's okay. We'll fix it later. And make this one bold. Make this one italic. Get the idea? Can you do the rest by yourself? Okay, it's the same as Word, isn't it? Okay, now we're on the alignment group. This is the alignment group. It has 2 rows worth, and we didn't do all of the first row, so I started you on the second row. So here's left alignment, and here is centered. You won't be able to tell too much because the cells aren't very big. Here's right alignment. And oops, indent. That's new. And what we'll do then is make the writing hop over a little bit. It's kind of like pressing the tab key, actually, but they call it indent. And you can see here that I made a copy of that group to see which items they are. You could write in the top, middle, or bottom of the cell too, or make the writing go crooked. Oh, there's all kinds of things to have for fun. This one, wrapping text within a cell, this one stops a lot of people. It tricks them a little bit. So what we're going to do is in one cell, we'll have 2 lines of writing in one cell. I'll click on the cell, and then I'm going to go up here to where it says wrap text. And what that does is make this row taller. Zoom in, say. I made the row taller, and then it made a second line inside one cell. You can do that by hand too if you use Alt-Enter. It's another way. And then merge and center is another tricky one. With merge and center, we use this like for titles across the top. We want them to be centered across all the different columns. So what I'll do is click and drag over from columns A, B, C, D, and E, and those will all turn into one big cell. Now I'll come up here and click Merge and Center, and it says, you know, when you do this, you're going to be throwing away those instructions over there in that other column C, and yes, I know that. So it's okay. And it says now Merge and Center, and this is what we would use for the title. It's fun, huh? I'm not doing them all. You keep going. I'm going to do the numbers group and set some different data types, and you have some different styles to set. You can play with it. You don't need me. Just have some fun. Then you come over here and do this formulas and functions, and I'll save that for a different video. So we'll do this much, and then you can watch another video.